Welcome to Athletes Lives Network exclusive interviews. Today our guest is star linebacker from East Chicago Central, Willie Lewis, class of 1998. Willie talks about his early influences in sports, his playing days at East Chicago, his feelings toward the coaching staff and the administration of East Chicago Central during his senior year, and why he considers himself the best linebacker in East Chicago Central history. Check it out. Welcome to Athlete Lives Network exclusive interviews. Today our guest is star linebacker, running back, quarterback, punter, Mr. Everything, Willie Lewis, class of 1998. How you doing, Prep?
Doing all right. How about yourself, Carl?
Doing real good, man. Got a lot of questions to ask you, man. You know, you're a high-profile guy in Chicago Central, man, so got a lot of things we want to know about you growing up, your athletic experiences, your playing days at Central, why you didn't play after high school, what you're currently doing now, man. What kind of motivation could you give to athletes now, all right? So,
started out playing with the Shamrocks. Kid I went to school with named Mike Salinas, his dad picked me up every day. So I started playing ball like in 4th grade, organized ball with the pads on. I did that in our junior high school. Didn't have no West Side and Block didn't have football. So my sister lived in Hammond. I went to Hammond Eggers, played ball there for 2 years, 7th, 8th grade year, and I just loved playing ball. I had to do it. So I stayed with her for those 2 years. And came back to Central my freshman year.
Okay, besides playing for the Shamrocks and going to Eggers, what other athletic experiences did you have that influenced you to be an all-around athlete?
Well, Kosciuszko Park is where we started. I started playing baseball, T-ball. I was hitting the ball over the gate, on the tee. So pretty much, it was just natural. I just had it for, with all around with balls, with all balls. Even basketball I played bitty ball. Matter of fact, I played against you several times, you were all-star out there, scoring 30 plus a game, you know what I mean? You and Sid and, a lot of other guys out there that was ball players also.
Okay. What peers did you grow up competing with, and what older guys did you grow up watching when you was first coming up in football? What sports peer?
Barry Sanders, Joe Montana, Jerry Rice, all those great legends there, along with, great athletes like you, Austin Malave, George Rivera's in the baseball, Dominic, it was definitely Peen for football. Peen was a big influence, you know what I'm saying? He was like the closest thing to Barry Sanders we had, and he motivated me. I wanted to run the ball like him.
Now you entered East Chicago Central as a freshman. Kind of give us your experiences and your goals as a freshman.
Pretty much just show the coaches I knew what I was doing. I knew my holes already. I knew, the positions. I just, a lot of guys that was their first time playing organized ball, and I've already had like 6-7 years under my belt of playing, and I just wanted to play ball. It was just fun. I was just out there having fun, really. I just couldn't wait.
How did you end up playing quarterback?
We tried out for carrying the ball, for everybody carrying the ball. I wasn't the fastest, but I had a little bit of moves, and I was kind of strong. I was pretty strong. I can run some guys over, and they liked me with the ball in my hand.
Okay. Now it's kind of touching your second year, sophomore at Central. Now give us your goals and your thoughts on that year.
I definitely wanted to, just keep contributing to the team. Pretty much just find a place to play out there. Central had great athletes there at that time, pretty much just finding somewhere on that field just to be a part of it. Whether it was special teams, I was sophomore, so I just wanted to be a part of playing the game.
Yeah, because like your sophomore year, I remember you were still playing quarterback, you played fullback, you played running back, you playing everything. I remember against Westside, you had that great run. I think you dragged like the whole Westside team to the 1 yard line. It was crazy. Just little things like that. So I remember you being big time player. Now let's go into your junior year. Now give us your thoughts and your goals.
Well, again, it was just pretty much playing my role wherever they put me. I definitely wanted to run the ball. I didn't get the love that I wanted with the ball. Everybody knew, I couldn't take it to the house and break it 60, but I give you 20 every other play or two. So it all worked out one way or the other. I started playing defense, and our coaches were phenomenal. With teaching, they were great teachers, and I listened. And I listened real good on the field, and they made it real easy for me. So once I turned over to the linebacker spot, and I had a nose for the ball, and coaches made it easy for me. They explained the game to me.
Now you had a breakout junior year. You had over 120 tackles. Played great football. Give me your thoughts on what coach gave you the most influence, and because you were saying they was great teachers. What coach really helped you out on the defensive side of the ball?
They both did.
Who's that? Okay.
Coach Richards did. He had great pointers. Mason was the defensive coach, and he pretty much taught me how to be a linebacker. Pretty much a linebacker. Not a defensive end. He taught me how to play linebacker, and picking up little things on linemen doing their job and watching linemen, and they pretty much told me where the ball was, and if you follow the rules, it works.
After that season, your junior season, when you lost to Valparaiso, you was highly emotional in the locker room. Give us your insights on why you were so upset, because most times, not saying that all juniors don't care about, losing, but usually a junior mindset is, well, I got next year. Yeah. But you were so emotional about that year. Why?
Well, coming into that junior year, like you asked me before, I just felt this was probably one of the best teams to come through Central. Both sides of the ball, Division I players up and down the lineup. And this was my first time being there to play every down with everybody. And to have somebody as good as you or better than you next to you, it was just a great opportunity. And I was so emotional because, we had a great group of seniors, and, I don't think we should look at one play and come down to one play when we got all these guys here. And I just didn't think, some of the seniors did what they should have did. There was a lot of talk, too much talk and not enough walk. That's what I thought.
Okay, was there any players in particular?
I mean, pretty much it was all the skill players on the senior class, all the skill players. It wasn't one. After we watched film today, but all I can say is I didn't really hear about Marcus talking about stats too much. I didn't hear him talking about stats too much, but pretty much all the other skill players was on that class. So in practice, I kind of tuned it up a notch for try to zip up some mounds and things like that, just to let them know I was out, just let them know I was out there. I had a bang with one of the best fullbacks in the state every day in practice, so I definitely got to work out every day.
Okay. All right. So now now you're a senior. All right. Now you're definitely one of the leaders on the team. You had a breakout junior year. Now what's your thoughts in coming to this season and your goals?
Well, just to make every tackle. I try to make every tackle. I knew I wasn't getting the ball. Coach went with a different look. He went with straight 4-3 guys running across the board out there. And that was the system he wanted. And I didn't fit in like that. I was a blocking back, and he used me for pretty much to block as a halfback. But on the other side of the ball,
how did it make you feel, man? Because you was a runner. Eggers, Shamrocks, freshman, sophomore year.
It's tough. But on the other side of the ball, that's where I got my my thrill back. I had to get to the ball. You know what I'm saying? If I couldn't carry it, I was gonna make the tackle. You know, so I try to make it every snap. I try to make the tackle.
Now you played the first 3 games of the season. All right. Each of them games you averaged over 20 tackles. Now you playing against Lewis, correct?
Yeah.
Or was it
Lewis?
What happened in that game that turned your whole senior season around? For the worse.
Well, I think one of our players, our defensive end, tackled one of the other players on Lewis' sideline, and everybody knew when Central come, EC Central come to Gary Lewis or any Gary school, you better be ready to play ball. You know, strap your cleats up and keep your helmet on, pretty much. And they surrounded them, and some gave some cheap shots, and I just happened to try to break it up, and you know, my hands, I threw a couple paws in there, and the ref seen me, you know, give a couple stiff arms, so I got ejected out the game.
Okay, well, there was rumors that you confronted a referee. Was that true, or?
Well, I was having like a game out this world. You know, I had like 20 tackles, and it was like the second quarter with 2 minutes left or something like that. I had like 20 tackles, about 3 sacks, you know, maybe a fumble recovery. You know, it was. I just knew this was gonna be like a game that, you know, would stand out for pretty much everybody. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much I was gonna represent that day there. You know, and it didn't happen. So I was asking the ref to let me stay in the game, and you know, he got kind of, you know, he shoved me and pushed me, like, you know, and you know, just my adrenaline, you know, being a competitor, I turned and like kind of faced the referee.